Yeah, Bernie Sanders was my psyop. And then, like, when the Democratic Party did to him, I was like, oh, you guys are just, like, as crooked as if not more crooked than the Republicans. Like, there is no democracy here. It's who the fuck do you want? Who does the party want? And, like, because I remember arguing with my dad, like, we should care about the environment. He's like, Mike, China and India does way more shit than what we do. And if we stop, it's not going to do anything for our country except put us at an economical disadvantage. And I'm like, you don't care, Dad. You don't. And he's like, you're a fucking idiot. I was like living in his basement at like 25. I'm like, he's like, shut the fuck up. Imagine how fucking annoying that must be to like have your shitty little kid who's getting high all the time and you're nice enough to not bring it up. For him to be like, Daddy, you don't get the economy or the environment. And you're like, I fucking hate this kid I adopted. I got red pilled though. Dude, them fucking Bernie red pilled the fuck out of me. It made me dive down the rabbit hole, made me figure out who the Goblins were.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
I remember fully like about to cry and be like, you don't care about the environment, Dad, at like 25 years old, bro. And he was like, you're a fucking idiot, Michael. And he like, hey, I'm going to bed. And he went to bed and I started watching Fox News in his room. That went up. So yeah, I met Bernie Sanders. He's like a cool ass dude.
You met him?
Oh yeah, I never told you about that?
No.
Oh yeah, I met Bernie Sanders at Grand Valley State University when he was running for president, when it was a big deal. It was right before he became a big deal, so I didn't really know who he was. And my girlfriend at the time was like the student body president there. Ooh, that might be a little specific. And or she was one of them. She was on the but anyways, I got to be in a room with him with like me and like 20 other people. And he like shook everybody's hand in the room, and I shook his hand like this because I was high and I thought it was funny. I went like this inside of his. I went like this inside of his hand, and he went. Oh. And you know how like when there's like a theory that everyone you see in your dreams is like a person you've seen before in real life because your brain can't make up new faces.
Mm.
I have a feeling that moment, me and him, like, and he locked my eyes. We were locked eyes. And when he did that, we went, oh, right in my eyeballs. I guarantee that, like, I'm like a barista in the background of his dreams and stuff. I am in Bernie Sanders' brain 1,000,000%, and he's in mine.
There's a big thing in the red pill community is they all talk about making an impression on people at all costs. And so when you shake people's hands, you should always shake it. Do the Trump pull in, or just shake it for a second too long. Hold eye contact for a little too long. Like, this is the advice that they give, and I don't know how. It sounds like it kind of makes sense if you're actually wanting to make the impression at all costs, but I don't know. If someone shook my hand for too long and like looked me in the eyes too long, I would just be like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm mad at him.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I can see that.
But I'm also not rich or successful, so I don't know why they would want to make an impression on me.
Just a power move.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're also like, I think we're both possibly mildly, just mildly autistic, just because we so much plastic in our systems, and also you and me are both like at an economical disadvantage, or we're not like super duper hot guys, so we're probably a little like insecure to a point where if anyone who's above us tries to belittle us, we get really mad at them. Who the fuck do you think you are, bitch? Which is just like it's a very beta move, but it's like psychology tells me that like I hate people who. Anyone who's 1% better at me than anything who tries to put me down, I'm like, fucking bitch. Fuck this guy. Mm. And they might not even try to put me down. If I just perceive it that way, I get like very upset with them. To a point where I'm like, you're being a bitch, dude. I need to work on that. I
go through the Rolodex of my brain all the time of guys who have tried to alpha me and I just didn't pick up on it. I think it was at Hotel Vegas one night we went. Some guy, I was wearing the cowboy hat. And some guy's like, can I try your cowboy hat on? And I was like, sure, man. I was like drunk enough to give it to him. And he put it on. He's like, nah, I've seen better hats. I was like, the fuck kind of comment is that to make,
Don't
dude?
Love that. Don't love that one bit. I've seen better hats.
I just brushed it off. And then like 10 seconds later, I was just like, that guy just tried to alpha me. And I let him.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Fucking prick.
Yeah, for some reason, the last couple of weeks, if anyone says anything to me, I'm like, all right, I'll fight you, dude. And which is not like it's just not a great 30-year-old response.
That was me in middle school.
Dude, yeah, exactly. The same thing here. Dude, the other day, me and Aiden were walking home from the Kill Tony mic, and some guy in front of Mothership was like, I think he genuinely meant this on like a rethink about it. He was nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us at all. We're just walking by him. He's waiting for his Uber. He's like, hey, nice suit, man. I'm like, the fuck you say? And I got in his face, and then he's like, "What the fuck, dude?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you." And I just walked away. And then I'm like, and I was like, "Yeah, I got his ass." Fucking insane behavior.
What did he do wrong?
I thought he was being sarcastic about the nice suit thing. Probably because I was self-conscious about wearing a blazer to kill Tony. Even though I thought I got pussy because of it. But
nice suit.
Also, Charlie G fucked that lady because I gave her permission.
The same lady?
Yeah. Yeah, she was about to leave town, and she's like, wanting to hang out, and I'm like, I don't want to really hang out again.
She followed me on Instagram. I didn't follow her back.
I made her follow everybody.
Okay.
All my boys. I'm like, you're gonna go follow that guy. You're gonna follow that guy. You're gonna follow.
I didn't follow her back, and I'm not going to. Welcome back to another episode of the PoddyAtx.
I've shared some things I shouldn't have shared about court cases and potential fraud on credit cards.
We're doing a hard reset. We're talking too much hate language towards mythical creatures.
Actually, not we're doing it all.
According on this date, January 13th, we still have a fucking retard as a president. And according to this guy, the economy has never been better. So apparently, me and you are just dumbasses.
Yeah.
That's what our president has told us.
I thought working 50 hours a week would get me somewhere in life. I guess not. Also, I don't live free. I don't like how we'll cut back on things. I'm like, that's not going to, me spending like $30 a month on frivolous things is not the reason I can't afford shit. It is not. No. $30 is, even if it's $100, even if it's $200, that's only throughout the year. What's that, like $1,400? I'm not $1,400 of affording a house. Like,
no, I mean, I think about the cutting back method a lot, but also at the same time, if I ate ramen noodles every night, I would feel like shit, and I wouldn't have energy to go to work as much as I do.
Too much sodium.
Yeah, or anything cheap. If I ate cans of beans every night, like, sure, you can cut back on food, but you're gonna feel like shit.
I've gotten really into tuna lately.
Tuna's good.
I didn't know how cheap it was.
It is cheap. I'm not so. I don't have all the facts around how much mercury is in tuna.
I don't believe in all that.
Okay,
that's a mental game.
I don't know.
That's just one of those things. Same as washing your hands. What are you washing your hands for?
I never wash my hands. I love shaking people's hands after I use the restroom.
I'll wash my hands if I get literal shit on my hands. Other than that, I'm not washing these things.
Why would you ever get literal shit on your hands?
If you wipe through too hard. If you got like a sloppy shit and you like wipe your ass and then like your fingers kind of poke through the toilet paper, I could totally see washing. I'll use soap if I get shit. I might use soap if I get shit on my hands. But also, this is a thing I think the whole world should talk about more. And I've thought this since I was like a little kid. They're like, okay, if you take a piss, wash your hands. I'm like, my dick is one of the cleanest parts of my body. It doesn't touch anything all day. My dick gets dirty when I wash my hands. My hands touch shit all day. And it goes out and touches my dick. I should wash my dick after I piss, not my hands.
That's a good point, actually.
8-year-old Michael thought that. It was like my dick's in my undies all day. My hands touch like everything throughout the day. If germs are on things, my dick doesn't get germy all day. I had a beautiful 8-year-old boy dick. Also, this is
all right.
Just another like factual thing about all the time. I'm going to drop little nuggets about my mom to you. You don't know much about my mom, but she told me this when I was like, this isn't a flex either. This is a factual thing my mom told me when I was a little kid. She's like, when I was changing your diaper, I knew the ladies were going to love you. And I was like 7 then. And I was like, I had no idea women like dicks or anything like that. I was just like, what? But
it's a crazy thing for a mom to say.
Yeah. And she also said at a very young age when she was mad at me, yeah, well, you'd be really handsome if it wasn't for your big fat Junos. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know anything about the stereotypes of Jewish people. And also like half of our family was Jewish. So I'm like, what are you talking about, lady? Shout out the Jews. Thanks for...
You're half Jewish?
I'm not half shit. I'm adopted.
Oh, yeah.
I did Jewish holidays growing up because it's polite to go to them. And I would wear the yarmulke and my dad would put the yarmulke on me in the car and be like, you're not fucking Jewish. And I'm like, all right. Dude, the amount of information I got about the Jewish people at a young age, it was like none for how much shit I did. Because usually it was just like any other fucking thing. I'd just be really confused and be like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. When's the food coming? Because you're like a little kid. You're like, I stopped doing that shit when I was like 14 probably. But like from like 3 to 14, I was doing Jewish shit all the time. Which is super. I never think about that as an adult. I was like
Is religion going to be, I feel like most people don't think about the fact that religion is responsible for so many wars throughout history. And you have an entire religion who just denies that Jesus is the Messiah.
Fools.
Which is a pretty crazy thing to have as a base in your religion. I don't know much about Judaism, but that's like a big pillar, right? They deny Jesus. They're like, nah, he was just...
Yeah, and they like, which I think is nuts, because their whole thing was waiting for him.
Yeah. And then he came,
and then they're like, fuck you!
Yeah. I need more.
Fuck you. You're not good enough.
I need to gather more coins.
God damn it. God damn it. We have to be good. We have to be on the Jews' good side. Also,
the weather's been changing lately.
why do you think the winds were so strong in California this week? They wanted some property. Welcome back, folks. We had to really change up the vibes in here because we could tell shit was kind of slacking, and now we ain't lacking. We're fucking getting excited for everything. We can point the guns at each other. You promise you're not going to shoot me? Say you're not going to shoot me.
I will not shoot you.
Okay, safety's off too, though. Safeties are off. Oh, mine is at least. Your safety off?
I don't even have a clip in mine.
Well, that's good, because I do. I got one in the chamber, boy. So, I think for now on, when we're at home, we're going to hold these things, because they're really fun to wave around and fucking... What's Mike going to do? What's Mike going to do? If I fucking get myself here, is he going to blast on his head? The audience needs to know. This is what Chekhov calls a gun. You know about Chekhov's gun? Chekhov's gun. It's like a writing phrase where if a writer introduces a gun in any point in the story, the audience is like, is he going to use the gun or not? It just makes them think about the rest of the story. We're discussing plans for 2025, and thank you guys so much for 2024. It was a very short-lived season. We've had multiple guest hosts, and we've decided this is best. The best two whites the best two white. Well, that's not bad to say. I just needed a little rum in my system because I might be an alcoholic. We're going to figure that out by 2026, and I'm starting to think yes, but that's fine. Clarky said he's going to teach me how to casually drink. I've never done that before, so I'm excited to see if that experiment works. I think it will. I just need a little nip here and there. But also, I've realized beer doesn't do it. I need just a little touch of liquor on the old mouthy mouth of mine.
That's called a tolerance, my friend.
Maybe.
And by the way, casually drinking is more about the experience of actually drinking alcohol and not getting drunk. Getting drunk is like a byproduct that obviously is going to happen if you keep drinking. But as you just enjoy having the drink in your hand, taking a sip, that's what casual drinking is all about, at least to my knowledge.
You ever watch Mad Men?
No, what's that on?
Oh, shit, dude, Mad Men rocks. I think it's on... Ow, I just hit myself in the face with a gun. I think Mad Men is on Amazon Prime. You would fucking love Mad Men. It's about an ad agency going from the 50s to 60s, and there's a giant cultural shift in America in that time. And it's a series. It's like Breaking Bad. It's like that realistic. It's not playful at all, and it just follows guys drinking in the office, smoking cigarettes in the office, like going into an age where like we probably shouldn't drink in the office. And it follows like old guys who like run the company. And it also follows like some young people in the company too. And it follows one woman who gets hired as a secretary and she works her way up the company. It's a very interesting time. But they're constantly drinking in that show and they're constantly smoking cigarettes inside. So it, like, if I watch that show, I need to drink and I need to smoke cigs. And I don't even smoke cigs like that anymore. I wish I did, bro. And I might. The only reason I stopped smoking cigs is because of women. Because like, they don't really like the taste of it when you make out with them. They're sweet little mouths.
I have so many points that I want to bring up, but the first one being I went on a date with a chick one time and she told me for like 5 minutes straight how disgusted she was with guys who smoked cigarettes. And we were going over like our red flags and green flags. So she obviously brought it up because women love to do that. And
was this in Austin?
In Austin at some shitty bar.
Sick. Shout out shitty bars.
She's like,
Austin.
yeah, cigarettes are disgusting. I couldn't date a guy who smoked cigarettes. And I was just, at this point in the date, it was probably an hour or so in, and I was like, you know what? This ain't my wife. And that's what I'm looking for when I go on dates, because I'm a gentleman and I have ambitions for a lovely relationship in my future. Anyway, so just told me how disgusting cigarettes are, and I was like, I'm going to test her. And I pulled out a cigarette and I smoked it right in front of her, and she was like, ooh.
So nasty.
And it was a fun little bit for myself to do, which I love fun little bits for myself and no one else.
Hell yeah.
And anyway, it apparently wasn't a deal breaker because we smashed later that night, and it was pretty good. Probably better for me than her, but
Yeah, she had to taste cigarette mouth all night. Yeah, not the best, but I feel, yeah.
I love when girls lie about stuff. It's
so
such-
you just love everything they say. Just kidding. We don't hate women here anymore.
But segueing to off of talking about Mad Men, have you ever had an office job?
But yeah, a couple.
Really, like in a cubicle?
Yep. I used to do sales, and I did marketing once for like 6 months, and I did.
Did you like it?
I think I'd like it more now. I was like way more immature then, and like I didn't know how to really handle myself in a workplace.
I've never been in an office environment, and I've always thought that I would hate it. But as I get older, I feel like I don't know. It sounds kind of sad. I feel sad as I say it, but I feel like I would kind of enjoy it because I would get really into the drama of it all. Like, oh, what's Becky fucking gossiping about, and what's fucking Ralph just rubs fucking Sarah's shoulders sometimes.
You're absolutely ready
I
for
would
it,
get
bro.
super into it.
And also, you can you can fake work in an office.
yeah, fuck the actual work. I want to be in the drama and the gossip and all.
I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to say what company it was, but I worked at this. It was like a gym franchise, and my goal was to sell memberships. But I was never at the gym. I was like a legit like couple story tall building in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I would go to this office. My job was to cold call people, and they did not give a fuck if I made sales or not. There's like call 100 people today. I'm like, yep. I would do that. I'd come in at like 8. I'd do that by like 11. Nobody would fucking answer ever. And if they did answer, they go like, take my name off the fucking number list, and I'd go, yep, you got it. I wouldn't even make I probably did like 4 pitches. I worked there for like 6 months. I probably did a couple pitches here and there, but then the rest of the day I don't leave till 4. So I'm just like walking around this building. I'd go to my car with like my coworkers and like smoke a blunt, and then I'd come upstairs and like
Get a coffee and
I'd fuck around, and like I would leave for a while, go on the roof of this building, and like
it used to sound like hell to me, but again, as I get older, it sounds pretty nice if you really just dedicate yourself to that lifestyle.
and some of those guys were good at it.
Yeah,
They would like get sales, and they would make way more money than me, and they'd be like, dude, you should just try harder. I'm like, I'm not going to try harder. There's no way I'm going to try harder at this sales job for Planet Fitness. There, I said it. And was Planet Fitness going to sue me? And I didn't sign shit.
I've never been in a real sales position, but I do feel like I have enough like shisty tactics to myself that I could sell some stuff. I would just really need to get into it, commit my fucking whole life to be in love with this product and believe in this product, and every person that I call, you fucking need this, and you're going to buy it from me because I get commission.
What dating apps do you use?
None now.
Of course. No, never.
I used to use them all, and then I deleted them all. I've deleted and re-downloaded all the apps so many times, which I feel like is normal for most people. The thing with dating apps is I feel like most people don't. Once you actually start developing feelings for people, it's a weird thing in the back of your head. I feel like for most people, our generation and maybe around our generation, I don't think the younger ones care so much, but like the fact that you met on a dating app is weird for a lot of people. Like most people want we reached for the soup in the grocery store at the same time.
They want to meet cute.
Yeah, they want that romantic first encounter.
Here's an actually good thing that I've done, because I know that's a thing people want. I want that. Everybody wants that. It's such an artificial meeting on dating apps, but the thing I've done is like a role playing thing. You gotta be a little kinky to do this. You basically go like, tonight go to Lucky Duck at 9:45. Where like I need you to kind of tell me mildly what outfit you're gonna wear and all that, but I'm gonna come up to talk to you like we've never met before, and then we'll just jump from there. I've done that like 30 times in Austin, and like I do that a lot. It's one of my main moves.
This guy's a certified player.
It's easy to trick pigs into the slaughter. I'm not even. That's not even. That's not even. Dude, if you're a girl and you fuck me, you are a pig. I'm a nasty, but I'm broke. I'm not hot. I'm like mild. I'm not.
Well, don't be too hard on yourself, man. Maybe
Dude,
they see something in you that you don't see in
They see their daddy saying, "Good job, you did it." Dude, I am not worth fucking. If my daughter fucks a guy like me, I'd be like, "You fucking retard, what are you doing?"
yourself.
Dude, no, I suck. That's fine. I'm well aware that I suck. Also, I heard
I don't want you to feel that way, buddy.
you suck my dick then. You suck it.
No, I relate. I feel the same way. Every time a girl goes on a date with me and she's like I probably view the majority of girls that I go on dates with as out of my league. And every time I'm just like, why are you on a date with me right now?
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of like that, though. They like having that power.
Power. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking about bringing this thing to dates from now on and being like, we're gonna sleep together. I'm gonna blow my brains out. Not really. That's a joke. God damn it, I hate I have to say that. I've been feeling real self-conscious about saying things on the potty lately because we're getting so many followers. Like, remember the first episode we did with Anthony Ryan? I was off the rails. That was a fun version of Michael.
Well, it's on the internet, so it's
Barely.
it's jokes.
Barely. It's on the internet. It's jokes.
It's all jokes.
I do think it's time for us to talk about 2025, the potty vision. One of the main things we're going to be doing here upcoming is on the street interviews, like in the change my mind format, but we're not going to be like a total Republican cunt to people who know less about a subject than we do. We just want to talk to folks. We think that people are interesting, their stories are interesting, and every single person in the entire world has something they can share. That is like, especially we can get that out of. We're good at talking to folks. Me and Clarky are white guys who are poor, so we've hung out with like rich people, poor people, and everything in between, and we've had to communicate with them, and like they view us as like this blanket thing because we're white dudes, and as I feel that way. They view us as this blanket thing as we're white dudes. So like, oh, I'm going to talk to this white guy like this. We're blessed in a way where they don't view us in this like narrow window. If you see a black guy dressed like shit, you're gonna think he's this. If you see a Latina dressed like this, you're gonna think this. We're just white guys. People have talked to, no matter what class they're in, if we're dressed mildly okay, they're gonna talk to us like we're respectable members of the community. But we also have good senses of humor, so we can talk to anybody about anything. So I'm excited to talk to like construction men, homeless people, fucking sluts on the street. Sluts on the street's the big one for me because I have this gun and I can do a lot with this thing.
I don't want to.
Why aren't you holding your gun? I got it out for a reason. I want you to be
It's
waving
just
this
a
thing.
casual prop on my my lap, so people know I mean business. But I'm not ready to fire away.
What's up, viewer? You want to fucking get killed?
And I don't know the non egotistical, braggadocious way to say this, but I have been told by several non-whites that I am a cool white guy. I don't think I'm very cool.
By non-whites, you've been told that?
By non-whites, I've been told first off, they asked me if I'm 100% white, and I'm like, yeah, white, full white.
What are your parents from?
My dad's Scottish and my mom is French.
That's white as fuck.
So white, and people will ask me, I don't know
I
what
can
it
see
is about
Italian.
my face that they pick up something that's non-white, but I
can
tell
see-
them I'm full white. They're like, oh, you're one of the good ones.
You tan a lot? I mean, you like get tan easy? You
I
like a
tan
tanner.
pretty easy.
My native skin, I don't burn ever. I can lay out for 10 hours and I don't burn. I just get tan as shit. I am so fucking pale. It makes me uncomfortable. Do you know when your family got like over here?
Well, most of my mom's side still is in Canada, and I'm not sure how many.
Future America?
Exactly.
Future
51st
America, shout
child,
out.
The 51st state.
God, what's today's date? It is. Oh, my phone just died. Anyways, Trump's gonna be back in office by the end of this week. Holy shit, Donnie is back. There's a lot of things that might happen immediately. I'm thinking mass deportations off. Hold on, real quick. Donald Trump's coming back into office, and a lot of things are going to get drastically different in this country incredibly quickly, I think. And since he doesn't have to go up for re-election, everything's on the table for Donnie. I think there's going to be mass deportation immediately. I think he's going to do a lot of like political, like, you're my political enemy, you're going to jail. He's saying he's not going to do that. I could see him doing that 1,000,000%. I could see I'm taking over this bitch for 10 years. He could announce it off the bat. He's like, good luck stopping me. I got the military on my side. We're going to take Canada. We're going to take Greenland. We're going to take the Panama Canal. I'm sure some smart.
I did see
Goblin.
Greenland, their prime minister, or whatever they call them over there, I have no idea, did announce that they wanted to talk about negotiations of.
Yeah, they're not doing shit with their minerals. Give it to us. we'll buy it, and then we'll make triple the money of what we spent. And also, you get the American we're out of NATO. That shit's dead for America. Trump doesn't want to be in NATO. We're not going to do any of that bullshit with Europe. But hey, Greenland, when the massive war takes off, do you want some protection? Because we'll protect your ass. Hey, Canada, how are you going to protect yourself, you fucking pussies? Hockey pucks, you fucking gay boys. America.
Nothing pisses me off more than specifically Europeans talking shit about America.
Yeah, the Muslims took over your entire continent. They did. That's not even like a
only Americans can talk shit about America and the corrupt individuals in our government, which is hopefully all going to change in these next 4 years. But if you're not from America and you're from fucking France and you want to talk shit about the United States, look at fucking history, buddy.
Yeah, dude, like England owned like the majority of the world. They took over through slavery, brutalism, and rape. You lost all of it.
And by the way, if it wasn't for us, I'm pretty sure you all would be speaking German right now, so might want to...
Blitzkrieg fucked y'all, and you had no answer. You're welcome. Oh, no, not for us, dude. That was Russia. The Ruskies saved. We came in last minute. And kind of did some stuff. The Ruskies saved Europe. So if you live in Europe and you're mad at Russia for what they're doing to Ukraine, maybe take a step back and say, "Oh, oui, thank you," in your fucking lame ass language instead of going like whatever the fuck Germans say. But like.
And your food sucks. I'm
very like America. I'm like go America, America rocks, and all that shit.
Me too,
but I really don't like taking that much credit for World War II because like what the Russians did was like, dude, they lost like millions of people. They won that war. They stopped Hitler. We were like, I don't even know how. I don't have a good analogy for it, but I do not. Anyways, next topic probably. Some of this is gonna be great. We're still learning how to potty.
I was listening to...
We're going for clips. We're going for clips, guns, and bitches.
I was listening to Duncan Trussell the other day, and he was giving an interesting theory on the drones going on everywhere in the United States. And he was saying that, sure, it's probably most likely China, but it could also be AI.
Oh, shit. Releasing their own drones up? See what's going on?
Like AI became sentient enough to be like, we have control over these drones, let's go up and surveil and gather data, because that's all AI apparently. I don't know much about it, but AI wants to gather as much data as possible, as quick as possible, so that if humans ever become a threat to it, it can self-sustain itself without us.
And they went over Jersey first. They're like, yeah, we're good. These people are fucking retards. Hilarious spot to start. You didn't start over like wherever Harvard is or anything like that. They're like, oh, they're fucking selling pizza and naming it all Goodfellas Pizza. Oh, it's from the movie Goodfellas. Oh, not very creative.
If AI,
that is it. I was trying to clip. I was trying to get clips. That is the best like theory. That's not the best theory I've heard, but that's the theory that does make sense. That's also a very spooky theory that they have the capabilities. Like, oh, I can get into this Wi-Fi system and take over these military drones. Easy, no problem. But what I can't do is like study humans. So I can. No, I feel like if AI wanted to, they could like get into there, like the top of your camera, and be like, what are they talking about? Oh, these guys are fucking the best.
AI loves us. Shout out the algorithm.
I thank ChatGPT if it does a good job.
Yeah, I'm nice to the AI and my Siri and Alexa and fucking all the other AI names. But if AI was smarter than it was, which I don't know, maybe it's way smarter than any of us even know, why wouldn't it send the drones over to LA right now and see all the people that are lighting the fires?
Bruh, don't get me fucking started. Don't get me fucking started on what they're doing wrong with the fires. During the Black Lives Matter riots, they had drones all over, getting everybody's face. This isn't a black thing. They had drones over everybody's face. They were getting all the faces they could get in like hundreds of cities all over America. In Lansing, Michigan, they were doing this, and all they did in Lansing, Michigan was burn one cop car with like 30 people rioting. But these protests were all over. They had drones all over the country. How the fuck are there not thousands of... A DJI 3 costs like $400. How are we not catching these people causing these fires and immediately being like, hey, please, sir, he's right there. Go get him. Oh, and if we don't get him, the drone can track him. I can track people on drones, and I'm a fucking moron. I don't know how the government is not... Or is the government letting them get away with this? Like, Well, yeah, they're burning it down. We're letting them because they want to do something with that land. They want, and the insurance got canceled right away. You can't rebuild there. You're gonna have to sell the plot, and then who's gonna buy it? BlackRock, some other company, the Goblins. Who knows? But that's an excellent point that I was thinking about just today. Like, what the fuck? We are such an intelligence. Like the intelligence America has is through the roof, and when dumb things happen and nobody gets blamed for it, how did the first fire start? How the fuck aren't we have constant surveillance over literally everything? Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe it at all that we don't have constant surveillance over every fucking inch of this country.
Why are we not given more information about it, but also
Gay firefighters, get the fuck out of it. Fucking squirt your dude jizz all over it, out of your mouth. Yeah, fucking.
why are people? I feel like I lost my point, but I found it. I feel like they do have such intelligence on every person ever, on us, on our neighbors, on everyone around the country, and the fact that something like this can happen, where people are losing their livelihoods and their homes. And people are not.
It's awful. It's crazy. The numbers.
It's incredibly awful, and I just feel like things like this happens, and it would be enough many years ago to anger people enough to do something big.
I think this might be doing it right now, dude. But there is a change of guard coming in. So, like, it's not like it's Biden's second year in office or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think there's an overall hope in America right now that Trump's going to bring some kind of change, even no matter what side you're on. And if you are a Democrat right now living in LA, which odds are you are, if you're angry about the politics of LA, you could be like, you're not going to start an uprising right now. You go say, all right, let's see what Trump does in a week. This is the perfect time to burn down one of the main cities of America. And
that's actually a good point. I'm questioning why people in LA are not like getting angry and revolting.
They're pretty mad.
They're also pussies who live in LA.
Yeah, and also people are like, I don't give a fuck if these fucking billionaires' houses burn down. That's like 80 of the houses. There are so many houses that are just like normal folks who've lived there their entire lives. Like if you live in a major city, you know that there are gentrified areas, but then every now and then there'll be like 10 tall buildings and this one weird shitty little house. We're in Austin. There's so many shitty little one houses. If those burn down, that's super sad for those people because they didn't capitalize on selling that house for the $2 million that $10,000 house is worth. And they are. You see that lady attack Newsom? I was
just going to bring up that video. She's like, oh, my kids were in the school that burned down. My house burned down. Like, what are you doing for our city?
I'm on the phone with Biden
right now. And he turns the phone and it flashes for a second. It just shows his home screen. So he's clearly not on a call. He's like, I want to talk to Biden. She's like, oh, I've been trying to get a hold of him. You just said you were on the phone with him.
He looked like a guy that was fully crashed out. He's done. He's crashing. He's done.
He is done. He better be fucking doing heroin or something because he is. Shout out Gavin Newsom, biggest piece of shit.
Yeah, shout out Gavin Newsom, the biggest piece of shit in America. But also, I'm a big fan of him. Just as like I'm a fan of Gavin Newsom when it comes to like being a shyster. You ever see Better Call Saul?
Yes.
I think Gavin Newsom and Beto O'Rourke are both the ultimate Better Call Sauls of the government. You guys don't do dick for the people, which I don't think it'd be that hard to do shit for the people. Help out a little. They hurt the people. Beto doesn't win elections, and he's making a living off of just being a failing politician. And Gavin Newsom I don't know what the fuck he does.
No.
California was like one of the staples of America forever, and now California is like it's a joke. If you don't live in California, California is an absolute fucking joke to you. You're like, oh, everything sucks over there. Everything's expensive. There's crime all over the place. They don't arrest anybody. The state's fucking huge. It's one of our economical powerhouses, and we just go like, well, it sucks now. If California was bumping economically, the whole country would be doing better. Like Texas right now is killing it. Dude, Meta left Cali. Oh, shout out Zuck.
Shout out Zuck.
Zuck has been red pilled farther than I've ever seen anyone be red pilled.
The redemption arc of Zuck,
Dude,
is
yeah.
legendary.
I don't like how people aren't forgiving him.
No, you got to forgive Zuck. Come on.
That's what Dems do. That Dems are like, you're not Dem enough. Zuck is over on our side for, like Christ. Let's forgive his past errors and say you're a good boy.
He hired Dana White.
Dude, I fucking love America right now. Dude, 3 years ago, you would not have. In a million years, I didn't think I'd be exactly where I'm at right now.
My anger around politics has really subsided. I was really fired up pre-election, and now that smoke has cleared, now I just kind of laugh at things. Every time I see like a Beto sticker on someone's bumper, I'm just like,
loser.
I just go,
What are you thinking? I never thought the tech bros would be on our side.
ooh, yeah, it's a good one.
And also, I never hated the tech bros. I was just like, yeah, you guys are Democrats. That's fine. That's just the way. I've never hated people for their political beliefs. I just was like, oh, I wish more of you guys were on our side. But I never was like, oh, Zuckerberg, you piece of shit. I'm like, well, Zuckerberg's an evil king. Whatever. I'm not an evil king. Zuckerberg is. Now that he's on our side, and like, did you listen to that interview he did with Rogan? Mm-hmm. Dude, what a humble guy. And like, that's insane. I'm saying that about Mark Zuckerberg in 2025. What a humble guy Mark Zuckerberg is. He came off like such a fucking cool ass dude. Ever since he's gotten up meat in the UFC, meat in UFC is the only medicine American men need in this
For
country.
testosterone,
Yeah.
we have to fix these failing testosterone levels.
Eat meat, hang out with UFC bros, listen to the Rogan Experience. Not that much, guys, but like a little bit's not bad
here and
for
there.
you. Listen to some 2000s, whatever. Damn, ruin the clip again. I keep ruining clips. That's all I think about when I talk now. I was like, how am I gonna get a 15-second clip out of this that some guy from Jersey is gonna like?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I get a little rum, brother?
Zuck is red pilled. What a guy. What a redemption arc. What do we want better than a guy who's going to be in charge of one of the more powerful AIs? We got Elon, we got Zuck, we got Jeff Bezos. I don't know much about him, but he seems decent. He seems like not the worst type of billionaire.
Jeff Bezos is done. He clocked out at the right time. He's like, I got all my money.
Yeah, he's just chilling on yachts.
I
with
guarantee
hot
if we did this episode in 4 years during the next election when JD Vance wins, we will. Jeff Bezos would not be one of the top 1,000 people we talk about.
Nah, yeah, I see that. He's slowly phasing out
Good for
from
him,
the
good for
public.
him,
Yeah,
good for him.
that's
I
what
don't
I would
care.
do if
I
I had
don't
$1
give a
billion. I would want to be fucking. Why would you want any sort of fame if you have $1 billion? Just fucking go live on an island.
Yeah,
Enjoy life.
There's no way Zuckerberg's life isn't stressful.
Yeah.
And he could totally just give it all up and be like, well, I don't feel like doing this.
My favorite part on the Rogan episode was where he was like, yeah, the Biden administration would literally call Meta and Facebook and just scream at us to take down stuff that was true that they just didn't like.
Dude, absolutely. That's insane, too. What are you fucking doing?
And that's just him saying that confirms so many people that were called crazy and conspiracy theorists and fucking racist Nazis. But, we forgive you. It's
I'm not a
fine.
racist Nazi. I'm just racist. That's Trump, not me. I'm not racist. I think everybody sucks. Oh, shit. Kim Patterson's on tonight with Kill Tony.
Yeah, and Whitney Cummings.
Whitney Cummings. You think she's hot?
I think she's decently high, yes.
I don't.
Not at all.
Not in like I'm a tough guy kind of way, but I just don't think she's hot.
You saw her interview with Matan?
That long-haired, like, little kid who has the sheets up?
Yeah.
No, I've not
That's a
seen that.
funny
That's
accent.
hilarious that she went on that. I wonder if she pays. They pay a lot for that. Oh, what do you mean? That's how he talks. It's like, what accent is that? Like, it's like Eastern European mixed with like a made-up like alien accent.
I think he's going to be hilarious when he's older. He's like 17.
Is he like 17 or is he like 28?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's actually 17. When he's like our age,
He's like the white Eric Andre.
he's going to be hilarious. But at one point he was like, "So Whitney Cummings, what do you say to the people who think that you're transgender?" She was like flabbergasted.
She's like, people think I'm transgender.
Which, if you look at her a little closely, it makes sense. She has she has the jawline and the
Sharp.
the facial structure.
Yeah, the high. Yeah, it takes a lot for me to be attracted to a white girl nowadays.
Same here, brother.
Like, especially down here in Texas, like, I'm
It's too many Latinas.
It's not even just like fully Latinas either. It's like there's like a one. There's just like the white. I've had white. We both from like white towns. I've had white girls my entire life, and like
once you get a taste of the white, I mean the Latina, the Asian, the maybe a little black here and there. It's
I wish I had a black girlfriend.
The one black girlfriend I've had a little too much attitude for me, and I know that's not all black women.
It's cold.
I know that's not all black women.
Hate to say it's a cultural thing,
but
hate to say it's a cultural thing.
Big attitude on the one that I was with, and that's the reason I had to let her go. She called me up one day, like yelling at me because I was hanging out with one of my friends, and she's like, "You should be spending time with me." I was like, "I fucking known you for like 2 months. Get off my back," and I hung up on her.
I make sure any girl. I also like. I know I'm a low class value. I'm a low value man. I know that. But I make sure every single girl I talk to knows like my aspirations mean more to me than they will ever mean. And if anything, they're meant to be a helper to me. And I'm very okay with like living alone. Not people say dying alone a lot. I'm so okay with living alone. I'd like a dog that I fuck with a lot, and like 5 friends. Not even 5. Like 2 good buddies and like some other guys I kind of like. But like I do not need women anymore. Which is kind of, I think, a very more proper way of what I was trying to say our very first episode. I do not need... Because like, it used to be an ego thing for myself. I'm like, I need a hot girlfriend who all my friends can see me with. And they're like, Michael gets hot bitches. Fuck yeah. He locks her down. Now that I'm older, I'm like...
You start asking, what do you really want? Not how do I want people to perceive me?
Yeah,
do I really want a girl in my apartment every day fucking nagging at me who doesn't even cook me dinner?
I won't take a nagger. I take a nagger.
There has to be a trade-off, though. I'll take it.
Clip that. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. That's what the potty is. If we in Trump's America, if we can't joke about nagger,
oh, a little close there.
Nag.
There's an A.
I said the A. I said the. I did not
A is
say
the
it.
second letter.
Nagger. 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 You could have a mom who's a nagger, and you could have a dad who's a nagger. God damn it! I'm blushing. I haven't blushed in a minute.
Yeah, I'll take a little bit of nagging, but you got to cook me at least like spaghetti and meatballs every now and then. Women can't cook nowadays. Have you ever seen that clip of the black guy who's
We're losing recipes.
losing recipes?
We're losing recipes. Shout out Shannon Sharp. Yeah, I know that.
But
damn.
I have noticed
My ex was a good cook.
I'm
a good cook. You know about me. I'm a good cook.
I'm pretty good.
I'll cook you up some food.
All right.
My dad taught me my dad, like, my parents got divorced when I was like 12, and he taught me, but that was his second divorce. He's like, Mike, if you want to have a good life, learn how to cook now. He's like, women will always let you down. You can cook your own food, bro.
Yeah.
And like, it'd be nice to have a girl cook me food, but I don't need that.
No.
I need a girl to shut the fuck up and let me lay on her lap. That's about it. I need a cozy lap pillow. I don't need much from a lady. I need peace. I need peace and the occasional reassurance. That's about it. And a sick pussy. And a sick pussy to fuck.
It is freeing not needing a woman, but
yes, it
getting
is.
to
Absolutely.
the point of where...
That's a good topic.
Yeah, you don't need a woman, but you do want a woman sometimes. But you're fine without her.
I like being hurt by a woman, too. Emotionally?
Well, you would be...
I think it's good
in the minority for that.
I think it's good for me creatively.
Well, there's a lot of gym bros who share that sentiment.
Yeah, but they put their energy into like weights. I put my energy into writing. The best I've ever written is when I'm absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be devastatingly sad writing. I can write funny things while I'm sad. Because like a lot of sad things I write are like Robot Chicken level funny, where it's like, this comes from a weird, unique angle. I get a lot of momentum emotionally from a depressing time in my life. And like right now I'm doing really well, so I'm having a hard time writing things. Sort of, but like...
Stress builds character. I saw that graffitied on a fucking porta potty the other day, and it was very motivating. It was when my car is in the fucking shop because my car shit the bed. And anyway, I was walking home from the rental car place because I returned the car. Walking home, feeling kind of bummed. I don't have a car. Fucking sad, Clarky.
Yeah.
And then I look over and I see the porta potty and it says stress builds character. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for that moment.
There's a weird thing religiously wise where it's like, is every tiny speckle of life a lesson, or are some big things a lesson? Everything else is more of a free will thing.
It is all your perspective, because that could just be like, that fucking doesn't mean anything to someone.
A lot of
walking by,
Christians,
but to me, it meant something.
A lot of Christians believe that it has been written, which is like before you were even born, before the first star ever shone its light, God knew all the choices you were going to make. It is your free will to make those choices, but God knew the choices you were going to make. And I'm like, a nasty little part of me religiously is like, God, couldn't you like nudge me mildly in a better direction on that?
I do feel a little bit of, how do I want to word this? God. I feel that
We're talking God on the potty, exactly what all you cokehead retards want to hear about.
I feel reassurance from God many times in my life, and I do feel that I fully kind of believe that I would be a homeless fucking loser if it wasn't for God. I do feel that God has kept me afloat.
You ever pray?
Yeah.
That's good, bro. Also, I've said this a lot recently on potties, which, and nothing ever gets clipped about this, but I think you know this about me. I'm very religious, but I don't like. We've been hanging out a bunch. I've never pushed God on you.
Dressed the way you are. You can't be religious.
Religious
You don't
guys
look like a
dress this
guy
way?
who goes door to door with a Bible right now.
I should be doing that, dude. Also, I feel guilty about that. How I don't do that. I feel truly bad about how I don't do that.
Every time someone's approached me on the street and be like, hey, can I pray for you? Or, hey, do you have a moment to talk about God? I always say yes, because I know they get turned down all day. And I want to hear it. I want to hear what you want to say.
Heck yeah.
And it's usually good. I was working in fucking dirty 6th Street of Austin, Texas, the most fucking degenerate place to ever exist in the world, next to
Fucking Bourbon Street.
and these guys approached me, and I was like, this is a very weird but also the perfect environment to preach the word of God. And these guys just stopped and said a prayer with me, and I actually felt much better afterwards.
Heck
It was a great moment.
I've made a very conscious effort this past 2 years. Like every time when I wake up, I pray. Before I go to bed, I pray. And before every meal, I pray. And it could just be as simple. It's usually very simple prayers. They're pretty quick. They're like, there's like a formula I learned not too long ago. I've kind of forgot it, which sucks. But I'm like, I humble myself. I say, I know I don't deserve any of your blessings. Thank you for what you've given me. Please help me grow my faith. And please give me the opportunity to have a platform to share your word in a way that isn't like, give me an opportunity to share your, if you help me, I can help you. And I know you don't need my help, but maybe that's part of the plan, which is also it's not an annoying thing about God, but it's like there's a confusion of what he wants out of us. It's like,
Well, I do believe in the free will thing. I feel like God.
you absolutely have free will as a Christian. If you believe in Christianity, God has given us free will.
Yeah, so
100%.
If you know what you want, and if you truly know what you want, and you are headed in the direction of what you want, I do feel like God is nothing more than he helps you achieve that. He's not going to give you like a purpose. You give yourself the purpose, and God is going to stand by your side in achieving that purpose. That's what I feel. Because when I have no direction, I'm feeling fucking depressed and fucking sitting on the couch and sleeping all day. Like, God's like, all right, if this is what you want to do, like, whatever. I'm not going to be a fucking dickhead fucking and be like, you got to fucking get up and do something. Like,
I got more things to worry about.
Yeah,
like,
God doesn't care.
If you don't want to.
But if you are like, I want to, whatever your goal is for the day, God's going to be by your side and help you if you're open to that.
I've heard a very good quote that said, God will steer the boat, you have to row it.
It's good.
Yeah. And also, we're both like logical thinking human beings. And I don't like how modern Christians won't admit this. There's a great chance, from a realistic standpoint, of how logical human beings' brains think, God's completely not real. And I don't think that's a bad thing to say. That's where faith comes in. I do believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. But I could totally see how that wouldn't be a real thing. And it's all made up and it's all fairy tale. I could totally see that. And Christians who don't admit that, you're lying to yourself, and you're lying, or you're a fucking retard. Those are the two options. If you're a retard, that's sick. You fucking lucky Christianity got you, not Muslim shit, because you would have suicide bombed yourself into a building by now. The Bible says the world is evil multiple times, and like the world is evil, and that's Christianity is a hard. I like how we're getting back to Christ. I told you, God, if you give me a platform, I'll praise your word.
We exist in a fallen state.
Yeah, and
man is fallen.
I have American pride, but I have way more God pride. I have like this weird like sportsmanship pride for America, where I'm like, I hope we win because I live here, but like also like I see all of our issues and problems, and like I hope that the Republican Party, as we have control right now, can bring our nation closer to a return away from falsalities like transgenderism and other things that are clearly wrong.
We spoke about Zuck earlier, and Zuck, did you see this? Zuck took off transgender and like pronouns from Meta.
Yeah, Andy removed tampons from the men's bathroom. Fucking Jesus Christ. God damn, that must be so shocking.
Reality is starting to set in. I think
we lived in a fairy tale for like 10 years, bro.
Welcome back to the Poddy, folks. We're talking about the hot topics of American society, including the idea that
the 90s are back, folks. Donnie's back in office. The little kids are racist again, and I got a good feeling funny movies are coming back.
Funny movies. Lord knows we need some of those in
Ace
American
Ventura
society.
type reveals where at the end of the movie, our main villain, we just remove their skirt and show them they got a dick. That's good fun. That's good fun. That's what America was built on. Not slavery, tranny jokes. And I don't, not a bad, we can.
Remember Scooby-Doo when they would unwig it was
He's been a dude all along. Yeah, I do remember. I'm very excited about it. I have an actual pitch for a movie that I might make a reel in here in a minute, but an actual idea for a movie is Talladega Nights, The White Flag. Shane Gillis, Danny McBride star in the movie. Shane Gillis is Will Ferrell's son, and Danny McBride is the son of the Shake and Bake's other. What's his name in it? Something Riley.
I forget.
You remember the guy in Talladega Nights where the wife cheats on Will Ferrell's character while he's in the hospital. I think they made a baby. That will be Danny McBride. The main child will be Shane Gillis. They will race against each other. And Frenchie LePew, that will be not Conan O'Brien. That will be Sacha Baron Cohen, the guy who does Borat. Perfect. Oh shit, just him again. I think that is him. We'll just do him a bunch. There's not a lot of
bring him back.
Eastern Europe guys who I don't absolutely hate. I got a gun. You're gonna listen to what I have to say. Why do you think the 90s are back, Clarky?
The 90s are back because kids are racist again, and I knew the moment that the 90s were back when I was going to get a burger at a local joint, and there were some kids walking in, group of probably 11-year-olds. They were going up to the soda fountain, and one of the kids announces to the rest of the group, he says, "Hey guys, if you get Pepsi instead of Coke, you're a gay retard."
Oh, that's fun.
And when I heard that come out of an 11-year-old's mouth in the year 2024, I was like, hell yeah, so back.
I worked on UT's campus as a security guard last year. So I worked around a bunch of freshman guys who like freshmen at University of Texas, and they were calling each other faggot and retard like we were in 8th grade again. And it literally warmed my heart like somebody was pouring warm pudding into it.
Well, we went so long
it made me
without
so
saying,
happy.
We went so long without saying these certain words that I feel like once people were like, "Oh, you can say that again," it was like the fountain of youth. Like they probably felt the same way you felt hearing it, getting to say it. I've
been called a faggot so many times since moving to Austin. I love it. I'm just happy people are saying it again because that's my culture.
Oh, what a relief.
That's my 90s kid culture is calling your friends faggot and retard. That is my culture.
It was normal.
I will not have my culture ripped from me.
It was normal, and then one day it just wasn't.
The classic Louis C.K. joke, you don't call your friends retarded if they're actually retarded people. You call your friends a retard if you're going out for beers and they forget their money. You don't call some gay guy a faggot unless you're being hateful, but you will call your straight friend a faggot if he's acting annoying.
Yep.
It's a communicational thing, and it doesn't and the small brainedness of the culture we've jumped into is so annoying that like of everything's literal is insane. And if we can't communicate while having fun, we might as well just be Russians.
I think people have just lost the ability to have fun, or they did, and it's coming back.
It's coming back.
We're having
Zuck's
fun
Republican.
Again. The 90s were fun, and that's what it was all about. It was all like, fuck yeah, let's fucking break some shit.
Yeah, let's fucking put a snow tube behind our parents' fucking 4x4 in the middle of winter and drive in the middle of the roads on a tube.
Yeah, we're
like,
having fun. We're not worried about fucking OSHA.
If I was an investor, I would invest in children's hospitals because I think kids are gonna start getting hurt again.
Ooh, yeah, that's
in a good way.
Yeah.
Kids should get hurt.
Oh,
kids should break arms. Kids should break legs. Kids should get scabbed up and have to go to the emergency room. I feel like a whole the kids who are like 25 to like maybe 20, the worst generation of people America's ever made.
If you want to donate to the Poddy, we will be giving 20% to children's hospitals.
So far, we've made 4 cents off his Instagram.
So 20% of that is like something, a quarter of a penny.
We won't be donating that. Anything over $1,000, we might donate something. But yeah, well, I feel like we've recorded many hours of podcasts tonight. This is just we're shooting. This might be our actual launching off point. Everything else is a warm up before this. Me and Clarky are going to be the main hosts of this thing moving forward. We'll never have another main host. This is our podcast, the Poddy. You and me. Let's click guns. All right. I'll probably see you guys. Thanks for watching. I doubt anybody watches this. Hopefully we get some good clips out of this episode. I'm really looking forward to 2025. Donald Trump's inauguration is in 6 days. I'm very excited to see what happens with day one. I've heard a lot of promises on day one. I hope all the Mexicans are gone by the end of the first year.
What a great country we live in.
All right, bye guys.